Hi guys, it's April and I garden down in southeast Nebraska, zone 6A, and we are about to start my first seed starts of the year. It feels like it's been forever since I've been able to get my hands into soil, so it's kind of nice. I know by the end of seed starting season, I'm just gonna be over it, but right now the excitement is real. But today I am about 13 weeks out from when I will have a completely planted out garden, which is 2 weeks after my last frost date. So I'm about, what would that translate being? 11 weeks till my last frost date, which is usually around the end of April, the beginning of May. I like to wait until May 13th to plant everything out. It's just usually a good time, plus it's my birthday, so it's easy to remember. But of course, I like to plant out cool weather crops about a month earlier than that. So we're roughly about 8 weeks out from when I want to do that. So I want to start my bulbing onions, and this year I am only going to be doing 2 varieties. In the past, I've done 3, but I think I'm just gonna narrow it down this year, and I'm gonna do the Cabernet, which is a red bulbing onion, and the Candy, which is the yellow bulbing onion. Before, I've done the Walla Walla as well, but technically the Candy is a hybrid of the Walla Walla, so they're almost the same onion. So I'm just gonna do these 2 this year because these are the ones I normally gravitate towards. The Walla Wallas I was using last. So we're just gonna do these this year. I have a couple of 6-packs, at least 12 6-packs over there that I'm gonna be filling with the bulbing onions. And then I have like 5 pots over there as well. So I wanna do 5 different varieties of lettuce. Now this lettuce may or may not make it to being planted outside. I mostly wanna start this because I want to take cuttings for it because it's really nice when you're having Taco Tuesday and you just have some lettuce growing like right next to you and you can cut off a couple of leaves here and there and put it in your taco. I really miss that. I'm contemplating having lettuce growing in my house nearly all year round. But we'll see. That might be something that starts later. But for now, I want to do, we've got the Landis Winter. We have the Spotted Aleppo. I grew this one last year and it was really good. I have the spinach lettuce. I'm going to be using this pack. Last year, row 7 had a little bit of seed mix up, so technically this is the spinach lettuce. It's just in the wrong packaging, so I wanted to hold up this package for you so you could see the pretty package. And then I have the Butter King, which is one of my favorites, and then the Little Gem. That is what I am going to do today. Both of these are pretty close to surface level, so for both of them, I'll kind of be scattering them on the surface and then putting vermiculite on top. And because they are cool weather crops, I'm not going to be putting them on a heat mat, but I am going to be putting them straight under the grow lights. I forgot to put the tags on the onions. I'm gonna do that real quick. I like to use painter's tape or artist tape. I think this one's actually artist tape. And just write on it with Sharpie. So that way it's attached to the whole container. I don't have to worry about a stick getting in the way. I'm going to do 6 of the Cabernet. And then 6 of the Candy. Each of these containers, or each of these cells, I'm going to attempt to put, attempt being the key word, 5 different seeds in each of the containers. It's always a little bit tricky because I will show you in just a second onion seeds can be a little bit tricky. Granted, so can lettuce seeds. Let's just get these on, and then we can get started. Okay, I'm going to show you with the candied onions, which are going to be these six packs over here. Now, I know I won't be using all of the seeds for this, but I will save the rest of the seeds for next week when I plant out my bunching onions, and I will plant it out like bunching onions. So you can see the seeds there. I'm going to attempt to get in each of these, which is easier said than done. Now I will thin these out when I plant them. Not necessarily thin them out. I'll separate them out when I plant the onions. But for now, they'll be okay to grow like this. Like I said, the rest of these I will plant out next week when I do the bunching onions, and I will treat these like bunching onions. But before I get too far, I'm going to press those seeds down into the soil so they have good contact. And like I said, I will put a good layer of vermiculite over top of these, and then I will wet all of it down. And this is just the way that I have found works for me for doing onions. Now, the reason I am going to be doing these with the bunching onions next week is because onion seeds have a tendency not to last very long. So I like to use them all up if I can. It's going to be a decent layer of vermiculite. Just want to make sure that everything's decently covered. I'll be a little lighter handed with the lettuce seeds. And the reason I moisten that is so that the seeds, first of all, stay moist so they can germinate, but also that you have all of that contact with all the wet soil and all the wet vermiculite, so these guys will germinate better. Now we're gonna move on to the lettuce. Okay, this in theory should go a lot quicker because I'm not trying to be careful with how many seeds I put in. So this is the Landis Winter. Probably don't need all of those, but got the little gem. I'm probably sowing this a little denser than I should just because I don't know what the germination rate is on these anymore. Had a lot of these for quite a few years now. In fact, I don't think I bought any new lettuce this year. The lettuce packs always comes with so many seeds in them. And if I get poor germination, I can always go back and sow a few more seeds as the season goes on. Now here I'm just gonna do a light layer. Just something to keep it moist, but I find that my lettuce germinates a little better when it is exposed to the grow lights. I do have humidity domes for both of these. But now it is just going to be a waiting game. Next week, like I've mentioned, I'm hoping to start my bunching onions. I have a couple of harder to grow flowers that I think I want to start as well. I'm trying to remember what else is scheduled for that week. I think those are the main things that I'm going to be focusing on, but I do have cabbages coming up. I do have bok choy. I have poppies, and what's that last week? My biannuals. So all of that I'm going to be doing in the month of February. So if you'd like to follow me on my seed starting journey, feel free to subscribe down below. Hit the bell to do all the things to get all of the notifications. I do also have an Instagram and Threads account in case you want to follow me over there as well. I'll probably have quicker updates on how the seed starting is going because I can just snap a quick picture and just throw that up there. I am going to try and get better at using the post feature here on YouTube, but I'm still not there. I'm working on it. But I would love to know what you are starting right now for your garden, if you are starting anything indoors, or what you are most excited about growing this season. It's hard to believe that in just a few months we're gonna be outside planting. It's been so cold this winter that it just doesn't feel like it's ever gonna get there, but I'm ready for it. So I do hope I will see you guys in another video, and I heart your beautiful faces. Bye.